May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be free from harm. May all beings love life. May all beings awaken. Welcome to another Cuke Audio podcast. I'm DC Puba of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives. I pray that you and yours are safe and comfortable, free from economic hardship, and able to get out and do whatever it is you want within the limitations of the universal precept of do as little harm as possible. So I'm going to read some. I'm going to go through the outtakes for Zen is Right Here and Zen is Right Now. One reason I've decided to do this is I'm going to make short podcasts for a while. I'm going to still have the longer, often up to 2 hours or more, guests that I do on the weekends, put up on the weekends. But I've got to focus on a project, and I want to keep the podcast coming up, but in order, I want to get I've already said this in prior podcasts, I want to try to get well ahead so I can focus on something else and try to reduce the amount of stuff I do every day so I can focus on this project. Okay, so here's the first one I have. I told him I was going to Japan. He replied, "You must not." I inquired, "Why?" He then replied, "Because you don't know who you are." Susatermo. That's very interesting. Well, he certainly allowed people to go or encouraged people to go to Japan or gave his blessing to people who went to Japan, who I would say did not yet know who they were. I mean, I don't know if they knew or not, but I would just say, yeah, she was just too new and didn't have a good reason. But that's the way he expressed it there. You don't know who you are. Yeah, isn't that the whole purpose of practice? In Hinduism, the original koan is right there. It goes way back. Who am I? And so the purpose of practice, and I'd say in Advaita Vedanta and Upanishad type, more Zen type Hinduism, the who am I is at the center of it. It doesn't have to be who am I. I mean, there can be another focus, but who am I it's so universal there, and like Ramana Maharshi, and who was the great famous Advaita Vedanta teacher from the first half of the 20th century, and Nisargadatta for the second half. They talked about, certainly, who am I? And I'm a little more familiar with Ramana Maharshi. And he said, he said, all beings have this sense of I. Remember Muji saying that too. I heard this Advaita Vedanta teacher from Jamaica, Muji. He said, all beings have this sense of I am. And Ramana Maharshi said, the ultimate statement is in the Bible. It's God says, I am that I am. I remember reading in a book on, not a book, an article on how to be verbs, being verbs confuse us. And it said, like, I am that I am from the Bible. What does that mean? They were just saying it doesn't mean anything. But Ramana Maharshi, I am that I am is the ultimate statement of big mind. So who am I is like a koan, a mantra to awaken big mind. And that sense, he said, that we all have of I exist, that just go into that. That is the ultimate. That is the absolute. And that is our only reality. Nisargadatta went so far as to say, he said, the main thing you have to thank your parents for is that you weren't born. So that's a very absolute-oriented statement. But there's gradations of it. I would say when Suzuki said to Japan, you must not go to Japan, why not? Because you don't know who you are. That was really not ready. And he'd say, people would say that he'd say, stay here and practice with us a while, practice with me a while. I guess you could say get a better sense of who you are, and then maybe you'll be more ready to go later. It was dangerous going to Japan. People would have some ideas, they'd gotten from reading stuff that it was going to be this, that there was a place for them to go practice, and it was going to be wonderful. And a lot of people crashed and burned. But some people were very pleased with what they found there in different ways. Like, I was very pleased to go there and for 4 years to practice with Shodo Harada at Sogenji, and wonderful students there. Other people in Obama at Hokyoji or at Bukokuji and those were another two Haradas. I was with Shodo Harada. That was Hokyoji was Seki Harada, and Bukokuji, I forget, the other one was Tangen Harada. And then other people were very pleased with studying with Gabori at Daitokuji, earlier with Mumon Yamada at Myoshinji, and before that he was in Kobe. And other people studying arts and crafts, carpentry and pottery are a combination of them. But many people could not find a place for themselves and, had trouble adjusting. There was, culture shock. So, anyway, those are the things that occurred to me when I read Sue going there to Suzuki and saying, I want to go to Japan. And he said, you must not. Why? Because you don't know who you are. So, as we conclude, let us contemplate who we are. I think who we are could be considered the same as who am I? Who are we? Or what is this? Are they different? This has been a Cuke Audio podcast. I'm DC Puba of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, coming to you from sleepy Sonora with Doggett Bandita, Feline Cuchita, and dear lovely Katrinka. And we're wishing you and yours and all of us a grand awakening.